Tonight on OC News, we have the latest on the U.S. presidential race as President Biden and former President Trump won the Michigan primaries.
And the U.S. government is facing a potential partial shutdown within the coming days as lawmakers continue to strike a deal for funding.
And Ohtani has debuted in the spring training as Major League Baseball comes around the corner.
We have all of that and more on OC News.
This just in. Tech news. First responder on police.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students
at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Thank you for tuning in into OC News. I'm Cindy Salmeron.
And I'm Isaiah Malari. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. We begin tonight's show with updates on the presidential race, as last night President Biden and former President Trump both took victories in the Michigan primaries. President Biden won the Democratic primary in Michigan, getting nearly 81% of the vote after the Associated Press called the race last night. Despite the win for the incumbent president, there's pressure on Biden as 13% of Michigan Democrats that voted went uncommitted. Voters are raising questions on his stances on Gaza and his actions on inflation. Former President Trump also won the Michigan primaries with nearly 800,000 votes, beating Republican candidate Nikki Haley once again. Trump extends his winning streak after just winning South Carolina, Haley's home state, just a few days ago.
Staying in politics, Mitch McConnell is stepping down. The Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announced today on the Senate floor that he will be stepping down in November and receive a standing ovation from fellow lawmakers. McConnell, who is not only the longest-serving state leader in history, but also one of the most influential figures in the Republican Party, said that his decision was not related to his health. President Biden said that he was sorry to hear of his decision and praised McConnell for his honesty. We may be looking at a government shutdown in the near future. CNN Karen Kaifa has more.
Congressional leaders racing the clock again.
I think it's pretty safe to say we all agree we need to avoid a government shutdown.
We made it so clear that we can't have the shutdown because it hurts so many people in so many different ways, even for a short period of time.
And households wondering how to prepare. In January, lawmakers passed another short-term government funding deal with two new deadlines on March 1st and March 8th. Without a deal, departments impacted by this week's deadline include transportation, housing and urban development, veterans affairs, agriculture, and energy. Operations critical to public safety would continue during a shutdown, so employees like USDA food inspectors and TSA workers and air traffic controllers would stay on the job, but without pay. The Department of Agriculture says recipients of SNAP food stamp benefits and pregnant women and new moms enrolled in the WIC program would receive March payments. VA policy says veteran health care would not be affected and benefits like housing and pensions would continue. But services like career counseling and the transition assistance program for service members moving into civilian life would not be available. Meanwhile, next week's deadline includes the IRS, potentially scaling back the number of IRS employees on the job as tax filing season approaches its peak. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Texas is facing a natural disaster as a wildfire in Texas is leaving nearly 1,300 acres of land in flames. Wildfires arose in the Texas as dry and warm weather conditions continue to move across the area at alarming speed. Authorities say that the wildfires can cause extensive damage to residents in the High Plains. The fire, also known as the Smokehouse Creek Fire, is now the second largest recorded wildfire in Texas's history. Authorities say there is no reported deaths or injuries, but continue to warn residents as the fire is contained at 3%.
Coming up after the break, we learn about a student making a major impact on campus.
And an update on this week in sports. Stay tuned for more on OC News.
Cal State Fullerton is known for pushing his emerging leaders to be their best, and some students take full advantage of every opportunity that can make them a talented leader. Here, Mason Aguadala with a profile on one of those students' leaders.
Ida Aryan is a third-year student at Cal State Fullerton, graduating early. Ida has made herself known on campus through her role in Associated Students Incorporated and as the co-president of the Iranian Student Association, earning multiple awards and recognitions.
So last academic year, I served as the chair for the Association for Intercultural Awareness, where I advocated to grow ICA's council, and I'm very proud of that because I encourage more student organizations that fall under either cultural or faith-based organizations to join ICA's council.
After graduation, Ida plans to attend George Washington University, where she will be earning her master's in health with an emphasis in health policy.
Being that I'm an immigrant, I knew that I didn't come to this country to just I came to this country with a goal. You know, everyone comes in within their own inner American dream. And obviously my parents play a really big role with me to continue moving forward. And so at home, it's definitely my mom and dad who I'm like, okay, these people made their sacrifices and I need to repay those sacrifices. And that has been always my motto.
I would say the thing I love most about Ida is we can kind of talk about anything together. She really knows how to direct a conversation and kind of being really interesting while she talks about what she enjoys.
As the semester comes to an end, Ida is excited for what the future holds, and her friends and family are happy to back her up. There is a bright future ahead for this young woman. This is Mason Mawadala with OC News. Back to the studio.
Now let's hand it off to the Kawhi Leonard of sports anchoring, Kyle Hankins with this week's sports news.
Thank you, Isaiah. I'm Kyle Hankins, and I'm here to tell you what's happening right now in sports. Shohei Ohtani made his Dodgers debut against the Chicago White Sox. Ohtani batted second in the lineup, hitting a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Dodgers would later win this game 9-6. This past Monday, the Los Angeles Clippers announced their rebrand ahead of their move to the Intuit Dome in Inglewood this upcoming fall. This rebrand included a new logo, a new court design, and 3 new uniforms coming next season, including red, white, and blue versions. Tonight is the last time they will play the Lakers as co-tenants at the Crypto Arena. Yesterday, in a game between cross-conference rivals, the Mavericks lost despite Luka Doncic scoring 45 points and a last-second shot made by newly acquired PJ Washington. Max Strus made magic happen with 2 seconds left on the clock. Let's take a look.
They have to go 94 feet. Strus from midcourt. Oh! Do you believe this? Whoa!
That's all we have for you this week, folks. I'm Kyle Hankins. Back to you, Isaiah and Cindy.
The Break AK took place over the weekend, where reporter Ashley Grimaldo has more on the story.
The 31st annual Brea AK Classic took place over the weekend and wouldn't be possible for the past 3 decades if not for the support of volunteers, sponsors, parents, and local students. Participants gathered for different reasons, including groups like Herding Over 40, who came to have a good time.
Hey, let's do something fun to help level up our fitness. We usually cycle, actually. Something new and something fun to do together, and so let's do something easy and achievable, so we started to do the 8K.
The Brea 8K is a city-permitted event that was monitored by the Brea Police Department. To ensure the safety of all runners, street closures around the city took place, but also allowed streets with multiple lanes in one direction to stay open while runners took up the gutter lane.
We have people here of all ages today running to support Brea Linda High School's music program. The proceeds of this year's race will be going to them, more specifically their instrumental music program, color guard, and choir department.
The Brea Linda High School drumline accompanied runners as they climbed Associated Road. With high spirits and great energy, they motivated runners to keep going and make it until the finish line. Others stood along the sidelines to support their family and friends through the race, including this family of 3, who should it be second year to participate yet again in the Brea 8K.
I'm here supporting my husband running today. This is our second year, his second year running. I'm not running this year. We just live right around the corner, so we're super excited to support the community and we love it here.
The race attracted over 3,000 people in attendance, with more to be expected for next year. This is Ashley Grimaldo with OC News.
That Brea 8K looked fun and exhausting.
Yes. Coming up after the break, an update in the entertainment world and a local German Shepherd rescue held an event in Huntington Beach. Stay tuned.
You'll be the first, Mija.
I got in. Dad, I got in!
You should know this one. Who knows it?
So how's it going in school?
Finish those before you go.
Management function that seeks to develop mutually beneficial relationships with all of our audience.
Hey, do you know what this word means? Empowerment? Authority or power given to someone to do something. E-M-P-O-W-E-R-M-E-N-T. T. Empowerment.
Welcome back, music enthusiasts. Cal State Fullerton's ASI program hosted a concert yesterday that brought soulful melodies and rhythmic brilliance during the farmers market. Here's Raven Esparza with more details.
On Tuesdays, Cal State Fullerton students are blessed with the farmers market that happens right on the Titan Walk right to my left. Although, this week, it felt a little more jazzy. Let's take a look at what happened. ASI hosted a concert for the jazz band at Cal State Fullerton called Concert at the Becker, which occurred outside the Titan Shops and Student Union. One of the band members expressed his opinion on what this does not only for his colleagues, but the community too.
And just to, spread awareness of the program, give good vibes, generally, and also it helps the students in there to get a little bit more experience playing outside, right?
The band attracted many students with their music, but give credit where credit is due, because this concert would not have happened without ASI.
I think it helps them get more engaged with their school. I think we've done a great job at community and building one here on campus. I think once people come to events, they tend to want to come to another one, and I've got to see people meet someone, make a friend, or do something new that they would have never done before. So I think ASI targets every student here very well, and that we build a community very well as well.
Or the biggest event is probably spring concert, just because that's our annual event. We have one in the spring, and that one is really big. And we had Amine and Chris Lorenzo last year, so a lot of students look forward to it for sure.
Springfest sounds like it should be a hit this year, considering that last year they had Amine and Chris Lorenzo. I guess we'll have to find out what's in store this year. I'm Raven Esparza, reporting for OC News.
Thank you, Raven. That sounds jazzy. Now to Scarlett Scott, our entertainment reporter, with updates.
Thanks, Cindy. Good evening, everyone. I'm Skylar Scott, your entertainment reporter, here to give you the updates for what's going on around us in the world of entertainment. Now, quiet up and listen down. Sorry, scratch that, reverse it. This weekend, police were called due to a Willy Wonka-inspired experience gone wrong. This chocolate experience in Scotland gained traction for being advertised as having extraordinary props, oversized lollipops, and a paradise of sweet treats. People that paid $45 a ticket were severely disappointed when a warehouse full of poorly presented and unrelated props surrounded them. People began demanding refunds, and eventually the police were called. Turns out AI was used to deceive these people, creating a less than sweet scam. Timothy Chalamet would not be proud. However, he should be proud of his new film, Dune. Coming out March 1st, Dune Part 2 featuring Zendaya, Austin Butler, and Florence Pugh continues after the cliffhanger in the first part. Another franchise returning to the big screen in March is Kung Fu Panda. We haven't seen Poe in theaters since 2016, so we welcome him and his friends back. We also have a new Ghostbusters movie, as well as Godzilla and Kong fighting together in the new empire. Now this isn't Texas, it's OC News, a newscast produced by the journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. Beyonce's Texas Hold'em moved up to the #1 spot of Billboard's Hot 100 a week after it debuted at #2. The country pop hit also made Beyonce, amongst other things, the first black woman to have a country song at #1. How inspiring is all that? Thanks, that's all I have for today for the world of entertainment. I'm Skylar Scott. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Skylar. This past weekend, the German Shepherd Rescue of Orange County held the Bacon Adoption event in Huntington Beach. Our reporter, Roberto Ortega, has more on the details.
Dogs, merch, baked goods, and the community sharing similarities were showcased this past weekend. The German Shepherd Rescue of Orange County hosted a local bakery and adoption event last Saturday in Huntington Beach. The GSROC is a nonprofit charity organization devoted to treasuring, rehabilitating, and rehoming German Shepherds who are missing the sweet home they deserve.
It was established in 1999, and it began with just one dog and one person bringing a dog from another rescue into Orange County to try to find it a home. Basically, moving a dog from a market where it wasn't going to get any attention to a market where we thought it would get more attention.
This gathering invites all dog lovers to bring out their German Shepherds, those who look to become dog parents, and purchase some delicious baked goods to fund the organization to continue their support of this beloved breed. Numerous pets were showing their happy personalities and darling eyes, hoping to be in a car ride straight to their new home. Luckily enough, there was an adoption for the sweet Stella, who won the hearts of the Parker family.
Well, since Stella came up to us, we really liked her, so, it's all about the connection, right? And trying to find the right fit for the family.
I didn't expect to get a new dog today, but I really like her. So cute.
Not only were the newly foster parents excited to have a dog in their home, Stella was delighted. I've had the opportunity to get her reaction to being adopted. Hey Stella, you're going home with the Parkers today. How you feel? 17961. She was in shock to elaborate her feelings. However, the GSROC organization and the Parker family will ensure her to live a happy and long life. While the GSROC continues to impact the lives of dogs and the community members, it's one step closer to the ultimate purpose.
And my goal, unlike most businesses, is to put our business out of business because there would be no more dogs that needed homes. So it's a funny thing. But realistically, we want to curb pet overpopulation in the Southern California community through education, through correct and solid placements of dogs into homes.
A big way you can help achieve this is to spread awareness, interact with the organization in all platforms, and to like, follow, and share posts. Don't forget to support and follow German Shepherd Rescue of Orange County on all platforms. Plus, the next major event will take place on Cinco de Mayo at Fullerton, and all profits will proceed towards their dogs. Have a furry rest of your day. My name is Roberto Ortega, and you're watching OC News.
Damn, Stella really made some great comments, and we got to see Roberto show that dog in him.
Yeah, those puppies are cute. Thank you for joining us on OC News. Our next newscast comes to you in just a few minutes.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page at Titan TV CSUF. From all of us here at OC News, have a great evening.